everyone, DPX here reviewing today Black Adam. This movie's been in development for how long? Like 7 years or whatever. This was announced in like, what, 2014, 15 that Dwayne Johnson was playing Black Adam. But we finally got it, and what do I think? Well, let's get into it. Before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to subscribe, to hit the bell, leave a comment, or I'll just murder you without remorse. So, Black Adam, I was a little mixed going into this. For one, like, the reviews were a little mixed, but even before that, you know, the trailers didn't do much to really sell me on the movie, especially since, like, going in, I didn't even know who the villain was, and it seemed like a generic superhero movie, but twist, oh, you follow the bad guy. But after watching the movie, I'm still a little mixed on it, but I'm leaning more towards positive, but this movie is objectively not very good. But it is unironically enjoyable. I have no idea how to make sense of this, but I will very well try. First of all, Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. You can tell he's having a lot of fun with this role, and that's what you came here to see. And if all you wanted to see was Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam, just causing mayhem, just murdering people without remorse, and just, you know, just being Black Adam, you get what you paid for. Similarly, the Justice Society of America are in this, and I wasn't too sure about including them because, I don't know, you have a Black Adam movie, I feel like the Justice Society should get their own movie. I don't know why you're throwing them in here, but I really like the way they were used. Especially, like, you got Hawkman, you got Pierce Brosnan playing as Dr. Fate, you got Cyclone, and you got Atom Smasher. Those last two felt a little less important, especially Atom Smasher. Like, I don't know, some moments with him, you know, moments of humor with him, they didn't really land for me in particular. The thing about this movie, though, the action is so much fun. You know, maybe a generic story, maybe a generic, you know, sort of backstory for Black Adam, but the action is so much fun. Yeah, some CGI messiness, and that is a thing. There is some bad CGI, especially with the villain at the end, and I want to talk about the villain. What is there to say? The villain, there's nothing to him, I feel. I didn't care for him at all. The villain was lame. It was dull. You know, it just wasn't. I don't know what to say about the villain other than the fact that he was dull. Likewise, the movie felt a little weird, you know. You know how most movies have like a first, second, and third act? It kind of felt like, for a while, it kind of felt like most of this movie was one act. I don't know, it clearly isn't, but it felt like the movie felt a little quick. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it kind of, you have the conflict between Black Adam and the Justice Society, which I thought was interesting. Black Adam's there just murdering people. And by the way, I heard this movie was originally going to be rated R with the violence and stuff, and then they had to cut around it. Honestly, like, I can totally see where it would have been rated R, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see a cut in the future, like an extended cut, or whatever, like how they did with Batman vs. Superman, where we see a rated R version of this. But you get, like, Black Adam murdering people and everything, and then the Justice Society shows up. You know, Hawkman and Dr. Fate, and all the others, they show up, and they're like, hey, this isn't how we do things. We don't kill people. And Black Adam's like, well, I do. And then you get a conflict between them, and that's very entertaining. My problem is, towards the third act, I don't want to give spoilers, but towards the third act, you don't really get that necessarily. I don't think it's much of a spoiler to say that they do end up working together. So, yeah, it is pretty fun to see them work together. Plus, on top of that, there's a bunch of, like, again, the story is very, you know, dull. The villain, I already talked about the villain, or didn't, because I don't know what to say about the villain, other than the fact that he's dull. Also, there's this kid in there that I really didn't care much about. I feel like there is a nice family dynamic there with the kid, but they had him there at times where I feel like he shouldn't have been there. But This movie is a lot of fun. It's fun. And oh god, I'm not getting into spoilers, but that after credit scene, or mid-credit scene, it's a mid-credit scene. If you go see this movie, you stay for that mid-credit scene, okay? You stay. Remember, stay. Other than that, I guess I don't really have too much to say about Black Adam. It is a very flawed movie and probably objectively not very good, but it is very fun. And I feel like all the action sequences and The Rock and Pierce Brosnan and the guy who plays Hawkman, I don't remember his name, but like all of them are very entertaining. It does try to do a little too much still with I was gonna say The Rock with the Black Adam. You have the Justice Society, and honestly, Dr. Fate, I feel like could have been his own movie. And I actually do want to see Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate in a Dr. Fate movie. You know what I mean? But overall, it is a very entertaining movie. All the action and all the just mayhem, I think, makes up for the dull story and dull villain and kind of like generic dialogue. So in the end, I'm going to give Black Adam a 7 out of 10. Yeah, those are my thoughts on Black Adam. What do you guys think? Should you like the video, come subscribe, or I will murder you without remorse. Bye!